this is Monique from Take Me to Europe Tours. I'm here on beautiful Kos, which is chock full of ruins, beautiful sandy beaches, and lots of tourists.
In this guide to Kos Island, I'm focusing on Kos Town and the most popular spots you might travel to as day trips around the island. Old Kos Town is a very walkable delight. Let's start at the harbour, where you'll find Narantia Fortress, the imposing medieval castle of the Knights of St. John. If you come down here at 8 in the morning, you'll find hundreds of people boarding day trip vessels. There are cafes along here, and the streets behind are full of very tacky bars advertising beer pong and endless happy hour. Adjoining the bridge across the road that leads to the entrance to the castle are the Turkish baths, now called the Salt Warehouse. It was the first hammam in the Dodecanese Islands. It was a women's only bath from the early 1600s until 1948. And near the Salt Warehouse is the plane tree of Hippocrates and a statue to the Greek physician who died in 377 BC. He's the founder of modern Western medicine and was said to have taught his students under the tree. Adjoining the square that contains the tree of Hippocrates is the ancient Agora. It's one of the parts of Kos that was suddenly made visible when there was a major earthquake in 1933. Now there are ruins all over Kos Town, but the ancient Agora is definitely worth seeing. The most impressive building is the column Stoa and what's left of the Shrine of Aphrodite. There's also a Temple of Hercules that dates to the 2nd century BC, and of course a Christian basilica. This one dates from the 5th century. If you've entered through the gate near the plane tree of Hippocrates, you can exit through the gate that leads to the main square, Platea Eleftherius. Now you've entered Old Kos Town and you're right next to Eleftherius Square, with its wonderful architecture, mosque, and archaeology museum. The Egli building was built by the Italians after the 1933 earthquake to be the headquarters of the Italian Fascist Party. Also in Eleftherius Square is the municipal market, which is worth a stroll for its interesting array of local products. Across the square is the Archaeological Museum, and again, this is definitely worth visiting. There's a 3rd century mosaic that depicts the arrival of the god Asklepion to Kos and a statue of Hippocrates, but there are many other sculptures to admire as well. The old town is a delightful warren of tavernas, cafes, bars and shops. While not as large as the old town of Rhodes, it's a popular area to stroll and shop before grabbing a drink and a meal. You'll come across Roman and Ottoman architecture on your wanderings. There is a magnificent Pompeii-style Roman villa that dates from the 2nd and 3rd centuries, imaginatively called Casa Romana. It has 3 atria and glorious frescoes, mosaics, and patterned marble floors, and has undergone many years of restoration. You can buy a combined ticket for the Roman villa, the Archaeological Museum, and the Asklepion that's only €15 and is valid for 3 days. The Western Archaeology site is just out of town, and there's an ancient gymnasium, a spectacular Roman Odeon, as well as wonderful mosaics from the House of Europa, and a group of Doric columns called a Zisto. But if you're short on time, I'd skip the Western Archaeology site and head to the Asklepion. The Asklepion is the most important archaeological site on the island, and it's only a couple of miles from the old town. An Asklepion is a religious medical sanctuary founded on the medical practices of Hippocrates, where the god of healing, Asclepius, appeared to patients in their sleep with a prescription for healing. And Asklepion was a medical centre, a spiritual centre, and a lifestyle centre, with gymnasiums, baths, often a theatre, as well as temples to the gods. The most popular mountain village for day trips in Kos is Zia village. It's only 9 miles or 14 kilometres from Kos Town, so it's a good spot for a mid-morning coffee and a wander through its cute shops. The beaches of Kos Island are absolutely world class. Paradise Beach in the south of the island is the most popular beach on Kos, and the beaches along the long stretch of Kefalos Bay are lovely. I also love Agios Stefanos with its ruined basilica of St. Stephen, and I think Little Castry Beach on Castry Islet is amongst the most beautiful. On either side of the harbour, you'll find a couple of beaches, which are super convenient if you're staying in the Old Town and want to be able to walk easily to a beach. The water is warm and deep here.
Make sure to sign up to our newsletter so you don't miss out on hearing about all of the new and upcoming exciting destinations that we're traveling to on Take Me to Europe tours, including beautiful Kos Island in Greece.